On the misty morning of September 19th, 1944, Sergeant Henry Hartman, just 24 years old, sat inside his M18 Hellcat tank destroyer 3 miles east of Arracourt, France. With only 47 days of combat experience and 6 confirmed German kills, he was now about to lead his crew into one of the fiercest tank battles on the Western Front. Opposing them was the German 113th Panzer Brigade, newly reinforced with 45 brand-new Panther tanks, powerful machines with sloped 5.5-inch frontal armor, capable of brushing off American rounds at any range. The Hellcat wasn't built for slugfests. With a mere inch of armor at its thickest point and a fully open turret, it was derisively known as the paper coffin. Yet it was fast, faster than any other tracked vehicle of the war. This speed was its only defense in a world where standing still meant death. The U.S. Army's tank destroyer doctrine banked everything on mobility, maneuvering, and ambush, ideals rarely followed but essential for survival. By this point in the war, Hartman's 704th Tank Destroyer Battalion had destroyed 93 enemy vehicles, but paid heavily for each victory. 18 M18 lost, 41 men killed, and dozens wounded. Company C, Hartman's unit, had seen 6 M18s destroyed in just 3 weeks. Promised reinforcements never arrived. Morale was low and the math was brutal. 40% casualty rates were the norm. On that fog-shrouded day, visibility fell to 30 feet. German tank columns advanced blindly through the mist. Hartman and his crew crouched in hidden positions prepared for close-quarter tank combat. The Panther's powerful 75mm gun could destroy an M18 from 2,000 meters. The M18's own 76mm gun couldn't penetrate a Panther's frontal armor even at point blank. The only hope? Flank or rear shots, and perfect positioning. As the German column rolled into range, Hartman's platoon commander, Lieutenant Edwin Leeper, coordinated a silent deployment. Spread wide in the fog, 4 M18 readied for action. The first Panther emerged just 30 feet ahead, blissfully unaware of the American ambush. Leeper fired, scoring a perfect side hit. Hartman's crew followed, immobilizing a second Panther. Within minutes, 2 German tanks were out of action, destroyed at point-blank range. The fog, once a source of dread, had become a deadly asset. The Germans could neither see nor respond in time. As more Panthers emerged, Hartman's platoon took them out with ruthless precision. Rapid fire, reposition, fire again, doctrine executed flawlessly. In 5 minutes, they had destroyed 15 Panthers. Not a single American round was returned with accuracy. Captain Tom Evans arrived with 2 more platoons, bringing the full weight of Company C to bear. 12 Hellcats now faced the advancing German brigade. The fog lifted slightly, revealing dozens more Panthers pressing forward blindly. The Germans, inexperienced and poorly coordinated, had committed a fatal mistake, advancing in column formation without reconnaissance. They were walking into a textbook ambush. The Hellcats opened fire in waves. Within minutes, German tanks burned across the battlefield. The M18s, constantly repositioning, stayed invisible and elusive. Even when Panthers fired back, the fog deflected their accuracy. By 8:15 a.m., the Americans had destroyed 33 Panthers. 3 M18s were lost, none to enemy fire. Yet the fight was far from over. New intelligence arrived. The 111th Panzer Brigade with 45 more Panthers was just 6 miles east. Company C, now reduced to 9 functioning vehicles, was ordered to hold. Reinforcements wouldn't arrive until late afternoon. Evans made the call: delay the German advance using the same tactics, mobility, ambush, and speed. By 11:30 a.m., the 111th began moving. This time, the Germans were cautious, wiser from the morning's disaster. They used scouts, maintained spacing, and advanced slowly through lifting fog. By 1:20 p.m., visibility had returned to 300 meters. The American advantage was gone. Now the Panthers could fire with lethal precision. The 111th attacked in 3 lines of 15 tanks. Company C dug in along a ridgeline west of Arracourt, awaited the assault. At 250 meters, Evans gave the order to fire. 6 Panthers were hit immediately, 3 were destroyed. But German return fire was brutal. 1 Hellcat destroyed, another disabled. Company C withdrew behind the ridge in 90 seconds. When the Panthers reached the crest, the M18s had vanished. The Germans advanced cautiously, using overwatch and leapfrogging tactics. At the second ridge, they were ambushed again. 5 Panthers destroyed, 2 more disabled. Another M18 lost. Evans pulled back to the outskirts of Arracourt itself. The terrain had changed. Urban warfare. Narrow streets and stone buildings replaced open fields. The Panthers' armor was less useful in close quarters. Company C's remaining 5 M18 took key positions within the town, creating overlapping fields of fire. As the Panthers entered, they rolled into deadly kill zones. Hartman's crew, concealed in an alley, destroyed a Panther at close range, blocking the road and trapping others. In the urban chaos, 6 Panthers were knocked out. Another M18 was lost. The German advance faltered. By sunset, they withdrew. The 111th had lost 16 tanks. The 704th Tank Destroyer Battalion had lost 6 M18, still an astonishing kill ratio. The next day, General George S. Patton himself visited Company C. He inspected the thin-skinned vehicles, spoke with the crews, and promoted Captain Evans to Major, awarding him the Distinguished Service Cross. But the men knew who truly earned the accolades: loaders who rearmed in 8 seconds, gunners who fired through smoke, and drivers who navigated hell under fire. Men like Sergeant Hartman. In just one day, the 704th had destroyed 49 German tanks, many from close range. The German 5th Panzer Army was forced to withdraw. The Battle of Arracourt had become the largest tank engagement on the Western Front in 1944, and an overwhelming American victory. The battle proved the validity of tank destroyer doctrine. When used correctly, mobility, ambush, speed, the M18 Hellcat was lethal. Not by trading armor or firepower, but by fighting smarter. Fog became armor. Speed became protection. Training became survival. Sergeant Henry Hartman survived the war, his crew having destroyed 14 armored vehicles. He returned home quietly, never seeking hero status. He always credited his team. And though many doubted the Hellcat, Arracourt proved its worth. Today, a memorial in Arracourt honors the men of the 704th Tank Destroyer Battalion. The inscription marks their courage, their sacrifice, and the day the paper coffin became a tank killer.